Hey, this is Neil again with another Ichimoku Cloud video, and the reason I'm making this video is because I wrote about something in the commentary and I just wanted to show it really briefly. The video might be only 1 or 2 minutes, but I think it's really important. What we have here is the weekly chart of the Dow Jones Industrial Average. On my system here on eSignal, it's $INDU, and I actually left the lagging line on here. This is what you can see with the yellow box here. What this is it's the exact same chart, but it's just 26 days behind. And once the lagging line crosses the cloud, it's even more of a confirmation. So what we have here is going back to 2004, you can see that the Dow Jones Industrial Average stays above the cloud and makes the tiniest little blips. These are places where you probably would actually get out, but then you only miss the tiniest little bit back in. And so your risk to reward is much greater, but every once in a while you'll miss these tiny little blips. And the reason it's good to actually miss them is because one day you're going to miss a really big one on the way down, which is why you're out. And so anyway, 2005, 2006 holds the cloud beautifully. 2007, a lot of mess up here. And then look here, in early 2008, it breaks the cloud in March. It was actually in May that I said to get out, and it was an absolutely perfect timing on the cloud here. I wasn't using the clouds in 2008, but I'm looking here, 23rd May 2008. This was the most incredible place to short because it breaks the cloud and rallies right back up to the cloud on the weekly chart. I mean, look here, what if you shorted up here? Dow 12,986. Just incredible place. And then everything collapses. And if you're trading just the weekly cloud, if you want to track a 401k, IRA, whatever it is, I mean, this is the Dow. Individual stocks follow the indices about 80% of the time. The only difference is they'll go up either much more than the index or less than the index. Sometimes a lot more, like stocks like Potash or Suncor or some of the other big names over the last couple of years, commodity stocks like FCX, PCU. So anyway, if you're just trading the weekly chart, you could just trade the cloud, and to me, I think the risk to reward would be much greater than just holding on, because when you see these breaks, I mean, why in the world would you want to be in here? Because it was the greatest market drop since 1929, of course the cloud kind of got you in late on the way back, but when the market's relatively normal, back here you see on the left on this whole big purple section, the weekly chart is pretty good if you're a really long-term holder. And then even if you did trade only the cloud on the way back up, it still got you in at Dow 10,000, and now we're at Dow 11,000. So if you think about taking your profits up here at, you know, Dow 12, about Dow, what is it? Dow 12,200, keeping all those profits and then getting back in here again, I mean, you're up. It would be like holding up to Dow 15,000, except now we're at Dow 11,000. But if you realize that, hey, you know, this sell-off is absolutely dramatic, maybe the weekly chart's not the way to go to get back in, I'm going to switch to the daily chart. And I'm going to show you where it would have gotten you back in, just trading the cloud. So I'm going to go back a bit here. Okay, now you can see over here on the left, on the very top left there, it actually breaks the daily at the same time as the weekly, and it never breaks the cloud again. Continues the whole way down, continues the whole way down. You really do have to track both of these, the daily and the weekly, at a minimum, if you're a long-term investor. And where does it finally break the cloud? You're not going to want to know this. Dow 7,900 or so. 7,896 on this one. And it actually doesn't break the cloud again up until a tiny little blip we had here, about Dow 10,000. So the weekly actually got you in this area. I can't exactly tell. I'd have to check out the dates. But even this little area, you'd be out for a little bit of this, and then you just jump back in here anyway, Dow 10,500 on the daily. So if you can just look at the weekly and the daily, I think it can really help your long-term investing, even if all you want to do is just hold long-term. Thank you.